Hi Taurus, this is your February 2022 reading. Let's pair it back just for a moment to the end of January going into February. There was a very big feeling of overwhelm. 10 of Wands. This is a dark representation of the 10 of Wands in this deck. This brings about feelings of helplessness, hopelessness, even despair, overburden, overwhelm, being taken advantage of. But you fight through it, Taurus. Oh, sorry. This 10 of Wands is then really brought out of the dark in the 7 of Wands. This light emerges. So there is something for you worth fighting for now, Taurus, and you've seen what it is, and you know that the results will be just everything you could ask for and more. The Empress, ruled and associated with Venus, your planetary ruler, Taurus. I see this as your energy. So you are willing to fight for this. You're willing to just keep persevering, to shine a light on what is needed to be shone on at this time in your life. And it has come from a darker place or a harder, more difficult place. And you can fight through the 10 of Wands energy to invite more blessings and abundance and joy into your life. So keep up the fight, Taurus. I know it's not easy, but you have this invigorating 7 of Wands energy behind you, fueling you, this fire fueling you to really get what you deserve. The Empress is all about worthiness and our own divine self-worth, and a lot of our divine unalienable rights are considered with the Empress card. We deserve everything that's in highest and best for us, and every single person on this planet does. So you know this, Taurus, and you're striving against all odds. This is odds stacked against you. Look at this, 10 Wands. It's blurry, it's dark, it's overwhelming me to look at this card. So you fight through this because you know you're worth so much more, Taurus. Father of Swords, Temperance, and the 3 of Cups. So in February, you make a very conscious decision to bring about some balance into your life where things have run to very far extremes. The Temperance card is all about balance and flow and not taking anything to an extreme. There may have been an area of your life where you've been going overboard now, Taurus, and this could manifest in the 10 of Wands. This could have been even pressure you put on yourself, duties you feel you have to fulfill, and obligations that just can't be ignored, even if you would like to. Now the energy and the onus is more placed on you, Taurus, not the external. No blame on others anymore. You make a very conscious decision in February to rectify something in your life, to bring harmony back into your life. The 3 of Cups. Okay, so this is a card of joy, of celebration, of freedom, of expression and creativity. 3 of Cups is also a lot about celebrating, and you have another card of celebration, the 4 of Wands, in this reading too. I think that there is some celebrating to be done at the end of at least by the end of February going into March, but even through February, you have a reason to celebrate now, Taurus. For some, there is a very conscious decision around your intake of whatever these cups hold, and Temperance is very much about moderation, okay? So that might apply to you too. We're going to clear these cards up now with more from the tarot, and I will close this reading out with an oracle. They have been so profound in my personal readings with people, so I'm bringing them back into these readings. Although they're quite wordy, I'll leave it to the end, so stick around if you want to hear some messages from the oracle too. Now, Daughter of Wands, the Fool card, this is a brand new beginning. So this is maybe not something you're aware of yet, Taurus, or maybe you're gearing yourself up to a really big fresh start towards the end of February going into March now. So that's the energy of exciting new beginnings. The Daughter of Wands is our ideas formulating. We can't wait to sort of spark them off other people. We're starting to share them. We're starting to get expressive about them. And they're really starting to get fueled now. The Fool card, our major arcana card here in this line. Oh, so you have a major arcana in each row, the Empress, the Temperance, and the Fool card. Beautiful energies. And this is a brand new fresh start. The first card that comes through in the tarot. So perhaps you feel like there is an energetic cycle about to begin for you, and you beginning with the 4 of Wands here. It could be around property, it could be around a corporation or an institution or some sort of a home situation. The Daughter of Wands, it could be about something that you've discovered, you've learned, you've educated yourself on when you were traveling. You brought in some cross-cultural experience and reference now, and you see the world through a wider lens of perspective, and it's fueling so much excitement in you, so much change, new beginnings. Let me see if I'm seeing any cards coming through here. I'm seeing Aquarian energy very strongly, the Father of Swords and the Fool card being quite Aquarian in nature. You may be dealing with an Aquarius and they help you make a conscious decision, or you share a very definite and disciplined approach with this Aquarian in your life, and they seem to be in some way, for some, incorporated into your next step, new beginning, whatever this journey is. Let's start clearing these cards up, Taurus, and see what we've got. So looking back now, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, 7 of Wands, and the Empress card. Let's see what's coming through around that, Taurus. Taurus, while I have you, if you could consider subscribing, liking, or sharing this video, that would really be helpful for me, and I appreciate that. Any new people out there watching, please subscribe. I'm sure my old viewers have already, but I really appreciate this channel building. The 9 of Wands. Okay. Leveling up. The 10 of Pentacles. Great energy. And the bottom of the deck, the Strength card. So in late January going into February, a Leo may have been in your life at this point, giving you some fuel. Whether they were a supportive Leo, they're giving you some fire in your belly. Whether there's somebody that you perceive as a challenge in your life, they're still giving you this fighting spirit. Somewhere from within, there's a motivation there. It doesn't have to come from a Leo, but a strong personality in your life is fueling this inner fire. Now let me get to the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. Well, 9s are the end of a spiritual cycle or a period of wisdom and knowledge gained, and now we're about to ascend. So the Temperance card is about ascension, and so is the 9 of Wands. Especially I love it in this deck because it looks like steps leading to the light, leading to transparency. It looks like the steps to kind of enlightenment, and you're making this journey. Maybe you're meditating more, Taurus, and as you meditate you are picturing some sort of a staircase leading up to a light source, and you can even really incorporate this meditation into visualizing yourself ascending towards a higher light, envisioning yourself becoming the light. I am going to stress in my videos this month that meditation is quite important. If you've been called to do it, it may be important for you as we enter a new year on the collective, with some more revelations taking place in 2022. I would imagine if you've been called to meditate and center, it could be very powerful for you to be able to navigate through this year with more of a sense of having the answers within rather than looking for them without, because we are much more, we're getting much more truth when we figure out our answers that come from within, if that makes sense. And that can be really helped through meditation or calling upon your guides during that time. The 10 of Pentacles. Wow. You're going to have success here, Taurus. The 10 of Pentacles and the Empress I see as a huge achievement, both materially, financially, emotionally, and professionally. This is about family now. The 10 of Pentacles and the Empress card. Maybe you're a parent, maybe you're the mother, the Empress, maybe you're trying to establish some sort of legacy for your family in the 10 of Pentacles. Maybe you're not a parent, but you want to nurture something, a goal for yourself, so that you can provide yourself a sense of permanent stability. Well, nothing is permanent, but as good as you can make it in this chapter of your life. You're very close. The 9 of Wands to the 10 of Pentacles. This is end of cycle energy here. 2 10s in the reading, the section for late January going into February. Completion. We're at the end of something now. We can't really go any further with this, and you've attained what you need to attain on some level. And if that was just you realizing that you need to keep fighting for you or for your children if you have them, you need to keep this spirit up, and you need to keep this fire burning, Taurus, because you're so close. And actually some of you watching this are already there, and you've already completed this, and something's been fueling you consciously or subconsciously. but you know that you don't have to stay in the Ten of Wands energy of bogged down, taken advantage of, overburdened, underappreciated. The Empress card is the furthest thing from being undervalued or underappreciated. It's stepping into your full embodied self-worth and even tapping into your divine feminine energy, whether you identify as male or female. Feminine energy and masculine energy both exists within each of us as a yin yang, and the yin energy of feminine energy is about flow, rest, receiving. Okay, so that's how you can align to that. No resisting insofar as a kind of fear-based approach, just a firm no can be all you need to say, and that's how you kind of align into a flow, like sort of feminine energy state. But this is really good. You've got a motivation, 10 of Wands, 9 of Wands, 7 of Wands, to keep going with something. You'll never let yourself get back to the 10 of Wands on this matter. The tempo is still there, there's still pressure on you, but you can see the light now. Look at the difference between the 9 and 10 of Wands, and we're leaving the 9 of Wands to go towards we're leaving the 10 of Wands, I should say, to go towards the light of the 9 of Wands. Yes, it's a journey, yes, it's a process, and there's a lot of steps involved, but the light is leading you that way, Taurus, so don't ignore that. Business success, family success, and family business success, legacy, inheritance, accumulation of bigger funds or bigger resources, wealth is coming through, so that's nice. Okay, so now let's look at the Father of Swords, the Temperance card, and the 3 of Cups for the month of February for Taurus. This is a very, what I'm hearing, conscious choice this month. Father of Swords, conscious choice, conscious discipline, rules, being strict with yourself, being strict with others maybe. The 3 of Wands. Big wand energy, fiery energy, assertive, action orientated. The 5 of Wands. Okay, so this is a high tempo energy, motivated, action orientated, creative, inspired, and energetic. And you have this fuel now, so don't waste it, Taurus, because we've got the higher wand donated here with the 7, the 9, and the 10. Now we pair it back a little. We've got the 3, the 5, the 4 now. Oh, so we have 3, 4, 5. As we kind of like get further into February, you're able to become more motivated about other things in your life now. I feel like this is a separate storyline that now, or for some it's linked in some way too, but because you've taken a burden off and sort of essentially seen the light, and now your new direction is formed, you can start this new sense of motivation again, where it's coming from you rather than any external pressure. You're excited about this, you want this to expand, you're still willing to fight for things though, you've still got this like very pep in your step about it. So a conscious decision to expand your horizons is coming through, a conscious decision to put yourself out there and further a goal or a mission is coming through. The Temperance card and the 5 of Wands, you're at odds with something, okay? So the 5 of Wands is a bit of a conflict here, a bit of argy-bargy, even an argument could take place in February or some heated words coming through. But I actually see this 5 of Wands in this reading as some sort of, because I don't see any other people in this version of the 5 of Wands, I see it as internal conflict with yourself, or even just internal motivation, and the tension that's coming through for you is in some way fueling you to make the right moves, or to I don't know, there's like a drive here, and it's coming from, you're at competition with somebody, but for the most part I see it as competition with the best version of yourself that you can be, right? There's a lot of growth happening. The 3 of Cups, the 3 of Wands, this is about making more. The Empress is a 3 too. So growing something creatively, abundantly. Maybe there is a pregnancy here for you, Taurus, and you may have found out for some that you were pregnant in late January going into February, and now you're just watching this grow and expand. If it wasn't a physical birth like that, or about to be a physical birth, it's the birth of an idea, the birth of a project, or something that you really love, and you have a lot of love for what you're doing in February, and that's because you've made the conscious choice to be happy this month, Taurus, to bring about balance in your life where things have come to complete extremes. Okay, that's nice. the Daughter of Wands, the Fool card, and the Four of Wands. Now this is where I see a quite more of a radical new beginning happening, or a very inspired action, risk taking around property, maybe around an institution like a school, a hospital, like a prison, these kind of institutions. And when I see the Four of Wands, I think of archetypal structures that we know on a collective level. Okay, I'm describing a place where people go to learn and they're instructed by somebody who knows a lot about the subject, and it's a building and there's many people there and we're learning and we're teaching. So that can construct an archetype of a school of some sort in our mind. So any kind of a property, a home, this is all around some sort of an archetypal structure. Even if I say Google, people know what that is, right? So let's keep going now. So a big new beginning around something of this nature, a risk or a gamble, but it's very much like optimistic about this and excited about this. Let's clear up the Daughter of Wands, the Fool, and the Four of Wands. So a lot of fire energy. You could be dealing with Leo, Sagittarius, Aries right now. At the end of the month, more fire, the Eight of Wands. Okay, this is high motivation, and the World card. Love it. Okay, so we've got our first card out, the Fool card. The Fool is the first card of the majors, the World card is the final. So this new gamble, risk, endeavor actually comes to fruition a lot quicker than you think. The Eight of Wands is a rapid change, or a rapid synchronization, or movement, or flow, happening quickly, happening suddenly, or with great momentum and pace towards the final project, the World card. The World card being the attainment of worldly success or accomplishment, but mainly it is an end of a completed, successful, and attained perfection cycle. So you've got what you needed to do completed, it's ready to showcase to the world, it's ready to exist in the world, and you're ready for it. So this happens quickly for you. A new idea is formed, a chance is taken, a new beginning arises, the energy of that towards the end of the month, and how quickly for some this comes along, even in the Daughter of Wands, or how quickly just this idea is shared with another person. That it seems to like quickly unfold at the same tempo, and like you can see the end project in sight pretty much straight away. I think that's cool. So something that you become inspired to take a chance on, or start fresh with very, very soon into this endeavor of yours. You already see the result in your mind's eye, or in a tangible way already. So I don't think you have to wait around long for that to start happening, especially if it's around a property, a home and living situation, an institution, or a household company name, like a corporate name we all know. They are places in your life where there's a lot of quick development and successful completion, I think, eventually. So that's awesome. It seems to start with you fighting through the Ten of Wands energy. So the World card is a culmination, the Tens are culmination. Something had to end in late January, February in order for this new cycle to begin, and then another ending to take place. But they're not related to me. You have to get out of this darker energy, keep fighting and persevering through to show and prove to yourself, maybe others too, but ultimately to yourself, what you're worth, what your value is, and you deserve the world and more. And you persevere, you see the light, you take the steps, you make the moves, and you're rewarded handsomely for this. And then in February, you make the conscious decision not to default to these energies of darkness that would pull you back. Father of Swords, a definite, for sure choice. Come February, something comes up with an Aquarius perhaps, or a fire sign. I'm seeing very strongly Aquarius, Sagittarius. I'm seeing Aries and Leo. But something strongly comes through with perhaps one of these signs that makes you consciously decide for definite, no going back. I am going to change my mindset. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to not let things come so out of balance. And when things are extreme in my life, I take it as an indication to recalibrate, because extremities aren't necessarily peaceful. So you build your own competition. You're your own biggest competitor, I'm seeing here. Yeah, there may be tensions from external forces, but nothing like the internal conflict and tension that's being worked through for you in the month of February. And then it's very exciting, momentous, moving energy. So all you had to do was make a conscious choice. And then you're so inspired, you feel so alive by the end of the month, and you're ready for new challenges. And once you take the plunge and the Fool, you fly off this branch and you just take this venture, and I feel like you lift off. I want you to imagine, Taurus, just standing somewhere comfortable in your home, out in a park, wherever you are, looking out at nature, in particular, looking outside, if possible, up to the sky, if that's all that's available, and just imagining like this bright light emanating from you, getting in touch with your own divine essence. Every single person here has a divine light within them, and I want you to just imagine yourself, Taurus, just glowing, radiating at such a high frequency where you're actually look like you're a vibrating ball of glow, and just laughing or watching your stresses fall away from your face and just embodying light and energy. Every day, just practice it until it manifests into your reality. Okay, Taurus, let's pull an oracle card. Thank you so much for sticking with me this far. So this oracle is a message from an angel, a guide, your highest self, a higher power, whatever you prescribe to and believe in around that. I'm just channeling this. So Taurus, join me in a deep breath. And let's pull an oracle for you. Channeling guidance that's in highest and best for Taurus to hear. Mother of Mercy. So I do have this mother energy coming through, like the Empress is the archetype of mother of mothers. Mother of Mercy. Just like the sun that shines brightly, casting a strong shadow, your growing spiritual power needs to be expressed with the awareness that it will have an effect on others, even if you're not completely conscious to that effect. To create peace in the expansion of your power, we call upon the Mother of Mercy. Mercy tempers great strength and power with kindness, gentleness, compassion, and caring. The Divine Kuan Yin brings the quality of mercy to you now as a divine gift, encouraging you to cultivate mercy in your dealings with others and receive it for yourself now too. This goes on to say that dispensations of mercy come when we are without recourse. We have perhaps lost our way, become unable to find our way through, or have caused some great effect for better or worse that we did not intend. It might be through our own hand that we have caused such a situation without intention or malice. We just proceeded in a certain way because we had not yet learned the wisdom we needed to avoid it. Or perhaps our own guidance led us into the darkness consciously so that we could perhaps learn something valuable and we were a bit stuck. We may have perhaps been causing harm to another through our own unconsciousness. We could be perhaps suffering from heavy karmic lessons of our own from this or another lifetime, and our soul may be struggling to really integrate the lesson and feel free to rise up and move on. Perhaps we're in a situation with another where we hold great power. It may be as a parent, a teacher, a healer, or a boss. It might be even in a less obvious position of power where we could take advantage of another's care for us and to secure what we want. These situations call for the quality of divine mercy. Divine mercy from the Heavenly Mother brings us to a place where we can stop the cycle of manipulation or being manipulated into unkindness or just unconsciousness. To pray for her mercy is a powerful prayer. Kuan Yin drops nectar of mercy from her ivory vase into the hearts of those that call for her. All you have to do is call, Taurus. You're never alone, Taurus. You are guided by this oracle to accept her spiritual gift to you, even if the situation doesn't seem too dramatic. Fortunately enough, her gift will abate any karmic escalation and prevent the situation from becoming any worse. It will even help to undo the negative effects of what has already unfolded. Amazing. This spiritual assistance is offered to humanity from a place of loving respect, kindness, and great spiritual power. Blessings to Kuan Yin, Mother of Mercy, who watches over us with attentive love and cares for our spiritual progress. I love that, Taurus. This is going to be your February reading. Thank you, and please consider subscribing, and I will see you soon.